Yeah, I'll think of something. Go ahead. Welcome back, everyone. Well, in my lifetime, I don't think I've lived in a more important time than what I'm witnessing right now in terms of what younger people are doing in our country to address issues of gun safety, because this has really hit home for them in a way that I don't think any of us could really understand. And joining me today are two students, South Glens Falls High School and from Saratoga High. One of them, Matthew Taylor, you might recognize. He was here before. So welcome back, Matthew.
Yep, thanks for having me.
Very nice to have you here. And this is Kevin Davidson from South Glens Falls High.
Hi.
Welcome. Very nice to have you here. I'm going to start with you, Matthew. When you were here, it was before the march in Washington.
Yep.
And I remember you telling me that you and a bunch of other students from Saratoga were going to head down there. What was that experience like?
It was very inspirational. Just being there with that many people really shows you how much power we have and that we're a force and that we're not going away anytime soon.
Boy, there's a lot in what you just said, by the way, right? What did you talk about with other students from other parts of the country when you were there?
It was very unified in what we stood for and why we were there. We all marched for similar reasons.
Right.
And it's just amazing that people from all over the country could really come together on such an important issue.
I mean, there were so many of you. I was stunned by the number of people from the video reports that I saw. If there's maybe one or two universal themes that all of you felt very united about, what do you think that would be?
Wanting to feel safe in school and wanting to prevent gun violence wherever it may reach, from the streets of Chicago to an urban school district, wherever.
Yes, right, I've got it. I want to cycle back on something, and I want to have you address this, Kevin. When I went to school, we didn't worry about shooters. We didn't worry about safety. I swear to God, it was such an innocent time that, you're wondering where your girlfriend was or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
And but you said something before the interview that really stunned me. That's really on your top of mind, that you and your fellow students actually talk about what plan you have in place if there's an active shooter.
Oh yeah, and I mean they came up with all different things,
Yeah.
And that's really what they spend a lot of their time doing in school. I think it's pretty crazy.
It is pretty crazy. So you didn't go to Washington. You went to the march in Albany.
I did.
You're at South Glens Falls High School.
Yep.
Why are some of the reasons you're involved in this?
So, I mean, that feeling of fear and just not being able to focus on my education is a big reason. Another is just seeing my peers get bullied and made fun of when they're trying to make this big change. I'm like, that's not okay,
No, it's
And
not okay.
I just want to help them make the change.
Right. So this wouldn't, we all have our personal politics, but this isn't about that. The common phrase you hear in Washington is reaching across the aisle. I mean, you're more than willing to talk to other students who might have a different viewpoint, right?
Yeah, definitely. And what our generation is known for is social media, so
yeah,
that's a great place to do that.
What do you think are some of the effective ways to cross those lines, Matthew?
I think just opening a dialogue with maybe not directly stating your opinion so forwardly, just saying, what's your opinion on how we can change this? Go into it more gently. Like at my school, we have a Democrat and Republican club, and we're trying to come together on a debate, and we're trying to come together on voter registration. There's some more neutral things that you can come together on and then expand the dialogue from there.
Kevin, in order to keep this issue front and center, I believe it's a heck of an anniversary, so you don't say celebrate, but on April 20th, it's the anniversary of the shooting at Columbine, which in many consider to be the first wave of this school shooting that we've witnessed since then. What are you planning to do?
So that weekend, I'm planning a march in the city of Glens Falls.
Oh.
It's called the North Country March Against Gun Violence. It'll be at Glens Falls City Park at noon that day.
And that will be, the operative word in that is community. So it isn't just high school students.
Right.
You're inviting the community to participate in this, right?
Anyone who's interested, yes.
Right. Not so much as a protest, but as a march.
Yeah, a march about unity and just solving the issue. We don't have to be enemies in this, even if you don't agree with me and how to fix it.
Right.
It's really the
the gist
theme
of
I'm
it.
getting at. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it. You know what? And I always think it's important for the number of students that I've interviewed. This isn't about taking away Second Amendment rights. It's got nothing to do with that. It really is reaching across the aisle to say that we have an epidemic in this country that needs to be addressed. It's gun safety, not gun control.
Right.
Right, Matthew? And you would speak to the same.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think since the first school shooting in Columbine, I think there's been so many since. If kids are being repetitively shot in their school, there's an issue. Something
Right.
needs to happen, and just like Kevin said, we might not agree on how to change it, but we all agree that there needs to be a change.
Kevin, you often hear it said that the most powerful weapon we have in any fight in this country is the power to vote.
Oh yeah, that's the fuel that democracy runs on.
Yes, that's right. And so in things like the march that you do in Glens Falls, will there be voter registration efforts?
Yep. So we're gonna have the League of Women Voters there to run registration tables.
I've got it. And for you, the weekend of the 20th, what's going on in
Yeah,
Saratoga?
Friday we're in some talks about what we're going to do. There's a lot of different ideas, but we do have a permit to protest outside City Hall. So we're going to meet after spring break and really solidify our plan.
And again, voter registration will be part of what you're going to try to accomplish that day, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a
Yeah.
major component of it.
I've got it. You know, as we look down the path a bit here, I suppose the power to vote would be the most powerful tool, right?
Yes,
to
I agree.
Talk to people about, get them to vote, be an informed voter,
Yep.
and you can make a difference.
Yep, I think the most important thing for democracy is an informed, engaged, and active citizenry. And it's not just teens that need to get registered. Adults need to as well. And we all need to come out and vote on Election Day.
Yes, I've got it. Good. Well, nice to see you again, Matthew.
Nice having
Really
you.
nice to talk to you and to hear about Washington and know what you're going to do to continue this dialogue. And Kevin, great to meet you, representative from South Glens Falls High School, and more in the North Country there, but to keep this issue front and center. Great.
Yep.
Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Do not give up.
We will not.
I know
No.
you won't. To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.